Who wants to say let's have a chit chat?
Me.
All right.
It's like yesterday.
Yep. All right. Okay, here we go.
Oh, wait. Mom! Recording.
Mom, I'm recording chit chats. He's like, fuck you. All right, are we good now?
Yes, we're good now.
Okay. Welcome back to Chit Chats, everybody. My name is Antonio.
What's up,
How old are
YouTube?
you?
I'm Gay Bowser.
And I'm Gay Donavan. And welcome.
Holy
Let's have a
shit.
chit chat.
Let's have a chit chat. Cool.
I'm Tokyo Ghoul.
I'm not gay anything. I didn't realize we were doing that. I'm sorry. But
That's the theme.
Program.
that's the
that's the
theme.
theme now.
I'm sorry. I guess I could be. I don't know. I could be gay
Gay-tonio.
Frank. I'm not wearing my Frank shirt, but I could
Hey, guys.
change into it and be.
I'm
yeah.
Frank.
Yeah.
Hey, Frank.
No, I'm just gonna I'm just maybe another episode. All right, welcome everybody. We got Donavan and Brennen up in here today. Guys, welcome. We're gonna be talking. There's this little movie that came out recently that we the three of us went to go see along with several other people. Named the Mario movie. It was not Cocaine Bear. Contrary to popular belief, it was the Mario movie.
Bullshit. I thought we were gonna go see Cocaine.
Mhm. Yeah, I know.
They
I
tricked me.
misled you, Brennan.
Yeah.
I know you were really excited to see Cocaine Bear, but no, we went
He
to
was
go see
pissed.
the Mario movie. And at the time that we're recording this, it's been about 2 weeks since we saw it. By the time this goes up, it will have been about a month since we saw it, so it's going to be a little bit less relevant of a topic. But that's okay because that is not the extent of the topic of this episode of Chit Chats, and we'll be getting into what the other part of this Chit Chats is going to be about later on. But for now, I want to talk about the Mario movie because we're all Mario fans, I just think I have some thoughts. I wanted to see if you guys had some thoughts, if we had sort of shared opinions about certain aspects regarding the movie. I know it's been a bit since we saw it, but I hope you guys kind of remember it well enough to be able to comment on it. Donovan, you saw it twice. Is that correct?
I saw it again.
You saw it again,
a couple
yeah.
days ago.
Mm-hmm, yeah. So it's pretty fresh in your mind, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I'm planning on seeing it again at some point because, I guess that's kind of a spoiler of what we thought of it in a sense, but I don't know. Either way, general thoughts before we kind of get
I
into.
want to see it again because it was so bad.
Because it was so bad, I wanted to experience the pain of the Mario movie. Yeah. General thoughts. What is your sort of general opinion on the movie?
It fucking surprised me.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. That's
I think that's a general consensus. I think going into it, the critic review scores were kind of meh.
Mhm,
So I kind
sure.
of thought it's just gonna be another kind of shitty Illumination movie.
I was worried about it for sure. Yeah.
And for the most part, I do think it's a pretty milk toast children's movie. But as a Mario fan, damn,
Mhm.
Mario movies got hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of fucks a little bit. If I'm not if I'm being honest. I don't know.
What?
Yeah, so going into the movie, we heard about it. It was first announced back in September of 2021, when they announced the cast reveal and all that. And I think I think it goes without saying that I think we were all a little concerned about it.
Insert the video of our reaction to that cast reveal.
Yeah,
Me, you, and Quentin.
That is
And
one
Keaton.
aspect of that time that I really remember enjoying was just watching everyone's reaction to the cast reveal because it was it was so fun. It was so funny, seeing everyone respond to just Chris Pratt as Mario, Jack Black as Bowser, all these absurd casting choices. But
And I will say, at the time, it was fucking absurd.
I know.
Because it was so none of those characters had ever been voiced by A-list celebrities
it felt
that.
so out of left field.
But I think it worked well for the movie. Honestly, all of them did pretty well. Even I thought a lot of people thought Chris Pratt was going to be bad, or like his voice was just going to be distracting. I surprisingly thought he did a pretty good job. So
Well, and a little bit of a spoiler.
That's
I
fine.
mean, okay,
we
well,
can talk spoilers.
should
The
know,
movie's
yeah,
been
people
out
should know.
for a while.
It's a fucking review, and the movie's been out. There's no spoilers. This is, I mean, it kind of shows from the trailers too. This is like Brooklyn Mario. This isn't like a hardcore like Italian and so he's got more. And so Chris Pratt is playing. There's only a couple scenes where he does kind of like a strong or tries to do a strong like Italian accent for Mario, but in most of the movie he's actually speaking in more of like a Brooklyn accent, which actually really shocked me. It was way better than I thought it was going to be when you think of the idea of Chris Pratt's Mario.
Yeah,
but
I think
if you look at it, the fact that it's Brooklyn Mario, it's better than you think.
Yeah, I think the way that they like kind of like explained why he doesn't do his in-game accent like was pretty clever, because they were like, because he did it for like the commercial, and
yeah,
then
they
he
make
was like, is that too much, Luigi? And yeah, they make a joke out
I
of
enjoyed
it.
that.
And then they actually use Mario's voice, but for like a different character.
He played
Charles Martinet.
Jumpman. He played Jumpman, and he played Mario's dad.
Yeah, as far as I know,
he played Mario's dad too.
Yeah,
as far as I know, yeah,
that's
I
awesome.
think those are the characters that he played, and I quite enjoyed that, because I remember like at the time when they announced the cast reveal, everyone was like, "Dude, this is such a disgrace to Charles Martinet. Like, he deserves to play the role." And you know, I definitely think like they did a good job with it. You know, they wait. What'd you say?
I mean, I still think that like they should have at least offered like the original voice actors to do it, but
maybe. I mean, yeah, and I mean like
it still turned out well.
Yeah,
that's not the conversation, I guess.
Charles Martinet has come out and said that they originally did ask if he'd be interested in doing a full-length movie, and he straight up went no. He's like,
really? I
will
didn't know that.
He's like, I will voice this character till the day I die. But he was like, his straight up answer was, I'm old. He's like, I don't have it in me to voice like a whole movie. You know, he's like, I'm fine doing some cameos, and he's like, I'll keep doing Mario's little quips and sounds until the day I die, but I do not have it in me to voice an entire movie.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, because he got asked about. I can't remember where it was, but it was some interview where he got asked about it, and he's just like, I do not have it in me to voice an entire movie.
Okay, well, yeah, and fair enough. Cool. I mean, like, you know,
I mean, the dude's been playing Mario for 35 fucking years. You know.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I'm glad that they at least like had the respect for him. That's like a very like un-Hollywood thing to do, I feel. So
yeah,
props on them for doing that.
Yeah, well, and I think you kind of get the best of both worlds here. Like, you know, you have, you know, like these A-list celebrities, which kind of gets more buzz about the movie, and then you also have, you know, you have the actual voice being honored in the movie. Like, he gets like I think he got like a starring role like in the credits. I don't know, maybe that might be true, but he at least like had some characters that he got to voice, and like, you know, they honored the fact that he has been the voice of Mario for all this time. So I think it worked out well.
That is kind of funny that he played Mario's dad though.
Yeah,
like he kind of is Mario's dad. Like if
right, yeah. So it works out.
I guess that's Shigeru Miyamoto, but still.
And you know, and kind of like I kind of want to talk about like the story of the movie, because you know, I going into it, I was a little like, I was like not concerned, but I was sort of like curious like how they were going to handle the story, because like Mario doesn't have really like a specific sort of like canon, I feel like, right? So I was kind of like, how are they going to handle this? Like, what is this story that they're going to tell with Mario? And like, what did you guys think about the general like plot in the movie?
I don't think that Mario ever needed to have like a really in-depth story, and they're definitely not going for that here, and I think that works to its benefit.
Okay,
yeah,
like
I'm
so
sorry.
Simple.
I'm sorry to completely change the topic. Oh, okay, it's still on topic, but it's completely just. I was trying to find the interview about what I just said about like Charles Martinet, you know, talking about like not like wanting to like play Mario till the day he's dead, whatever, blah blah.
Yeah.
And I found a news article and I'm reading and it's talking about it, and it's like The longtime voice actor recently said that he plans to play Mario for the rest of his life. He is clearly planning on getting more recording sessions in, even in post-Pratt world. And then the next paragraph says, however, Mario's new voice isn't the only problem. As we covered the other day, fans are concerned that the plumber's ass isn't big enough.
You know what? That's probably my biggest problem with the movie is Mario's ass was not accurate. It was not biblically accurate.
True.
You know, I'm a little pissed about that.
Biblically accurate.
Yeah. No, but yeah. Thank you for that, Brennan. But yeah, so kind of going back to the aspect of the story, aspect of the story. Yeah, so I don't know if Donovan, if you were finished saying what you were saying, or if you had more.
Pretty much. I mean, just basically, I feel like it's exactly what it needed to be, right? Like, it didn't need to be super in depth, but the story kind of acts as a way to just drive home the characters and show the world more, and I think that works to its benefit.
Yeah, I agree.
Because that's what you go there to see. You go to see the characters, and you go to see the world that they put together.
Yeah.
So
well, and honestly,
it's successful.
I've been thinking about it, and honestly, my thought is kind of if they had a more real developed story, I think it would have been a little less fun of a movie. I feel like it would have, I feel like it kind of would have worked against it in a sense. I feel like it would have kind of just, I don't know, it would have just been less fun. I don't know how else to put it. I think that because Mario is such a silly concept, and there's a lot of whimsy in the world, and I just feel like really having a serious plot would have kind of taken away from that. But yeah, no, I agree though. I think it accomplished what it needed to, and it really just the plot was just kind of thinly veiled way of getting from set piece to set piece, and I think that for that purpose it worked.
Well, and I think the plot that they went with the main story worked it worked pretty well, because it was a story that was pretty easy to understand for even people who maybe weren't hardcore Mario fans.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, for us, it's a pretty basic, pretty okay, yeah, let's do this Mario story. But I feel like they also did a good job of making a story that wasn't straight out of a movie. I mean, a game or something like that. So it was it was a story that people who maybe aren't young kids who maybe only know the newer Marios or something like that, it wasn't based on. It was just based on common Mario lore, kind of. Bowser's the bad guy, wants to kidnap the princess, blah blah blah.
Well, and they did take some creative liberties with it too. It wasn't
right.
There was some things that I was oh, that's kind of a neat sort of way to tie that in, the whole platforming aspect, that being a training sort of course for Mario. I thought that was cool. That was a cool idea.
I was gonna ask you guys if you guys ever caught this. If you watch the movie again, Antonio, you need to watch for this. Remember when they get their first call for plumbing job and they their car breaks down, and so they have to run on foot?
Yes.
And that little side scene where they're
going
running through
the construction work and all that. Yeah.
If you actually watch that scene closely, most of that side scene is sections of Mario World 1-1 from the original game.
Yeah. No, I heard about that.
Okay, you didn't hear about that? Yeah, I watched a video comparing it, and I was like, dude, this is sick.
Yeah, that was a neat touch. I could tell that they were going for something like that with the design of that scene, and I thought that was cool.
There's a lot of touches like that in the movie that are just really true to what Mario is.
A lot of Mario references and Nintendo references.
Another thing that I like is that they pull from I think we talked about this after we saw the movie, but they don't just pull from the first 3 Mario games. Because I feel when Nintendo does these reference things to Mario, they always pull from the first 3 Mario games on the NES, or mainly just the first 1 and 3.
Yeah.
But I really like that they had stuff from Galaxy, and they had stuff from Odyssey and 64.
I also really enjoyed that.
There were so many Mario games that were referenced, and we were just constantly pointing at the screen
oh, I know.
Oh my god,
we were soy facing at this. Me and Brennan specifically were oh dude, that's that thing. It was so funny.
Me and
Me and
Antonio the
Dean,
entire
too.
movie were fucking. Yeah, I heard you and Dean. It was in the movie
Yeah.
theater. It was Antonio, me, Dean, Donovan, like all sitting next to each other, and
Mhm.
me and Antonio,
Yeah.
and then Dean and Donovan were like two pairs of just fucking like, oh.
I know. Yeah, I kept on like hitting Brett. I was like, dude, it's this. Yeah.
And then Dean kept waiting for a Zelda reference because they have all these references to
Oh,
other
yeah, I know.
Nintendo franchises.
Yeah, I don't think they had a
And
single
like
Zelda reference.
they didn't have a single Zelda reference, and
Yeah.
Dean was disappointed after. He was like,
Yeah.
"What the fuck?
Yeah,
they have
that's
the
kinda-
fucking Kid Icarus reference, but
I
they
think
have Zelda."
that's true. I like the kid. I think my favorite, or like one of the, like, you're right, Donovan. Like, I did also really enjoy the fact that they pulled from like a bunch of different Mario references. It wasn't just like the classic Mario games. I think my favorite sort of like aspect that kind of ties into that where I was like, okay, they're like this is kind of cool, is when they go into the scene where they're making the cart, right? And it plays the fucking Mario Kart 8 cart selection music. I was like, they literally didn't have to like be that accurate, but they were
popping off,
and I appreciated that. I was like, that is cool.
Straight up
that is
popping
cool.
off.
That was personally my favorite. I've been playing a lot of Mario Kart lately because I finally got it for my Switch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
and
me too.
And I play it, and I played it at my coworker's house whenever we all go over there, and so I've been playing a lot of it lately. And so that was for just because of where I am at the moment, that was probably my favorite scene of hearing that music, and then straight up them making their cars was just them selecting parts like in fucking Mario Kart 8 with the fucking spin wheels, and you'd spin it and then you'd press. I like, dude, that was amazing.
Yeah, that was
fucking,
cool.
That was cool.
Fucking Toad and his big ass monster truck.
Yeah, that was fun. That whole scene was fun. I mean, like, I think, they knew they had to do some sort of Mario Kart reference because like Mario Kart is such a big part of Mario's identity.
And not to mention the blue shell is like literally a character now.
Oh, I know. I just think that's fun.
Kind of funny.
Dude, can we talk about how many people died in that movie? Like how many just deaths there were, like just casually, and they just happen, and then you move on.
Okay, so when I was rewatching the movie, I counted how many times they said like, Mario, you will die now, or like Mario's going to die.
Yeah,
it's like 5 times.
They say
lot.
That like
it's
5
intense.
Times. It's like, damn, okay.
Yeah, like the blue shell character literally says, Mario, get ready to die.
It's like, damn, okay.
In a kids movie, it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, but I liked it. I thought it was fun. Like.
Yeah, I
don't know.
I mean, you do die a lot in the Mario game.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Sure.
Like, dude. I mean, I guess since we're just kind of talking about like the references, because like that was a big part of the movie, was all of the Nintendo references and the Mario references and all that. And I kind of want to also hear like what your guys' favorites are, or that you remember. One of my favorite ones that comes to mind is during the wedding scene when just randomly King Babam and King Boo are just there, and
that caught me so off guard.
And then
that was probably my favorite.
I know that was just like, oh shit, and then King Babam is literally a plot device because they literally like blow him up, and he just accepts death. And I just thought that was fun. But what was some of your guys' like favorite references from the movie that you can remember?
Probably one of mine, like, it's pretty basic, but just like getting this is like a total spoiler for the ending of the movie, but like they get the superstar and then it just turns into like a fucking anime fight. It's so awesome.
That
was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and they just fucking pummel Bowser and all of his minions. Like, that was so cool to see.
Yeah.
They put Bowser in a jar. What?
The Bowser in a jar, dude. I was really like, oh no.
I mean, like I kind of said, my favorite like reference was probably like the Mario Kart 8 stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a lot of really good ones. One of my favorite references was one of my favorite characters too, was having a Luma in the game.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, in the movie, and the Luma was like hands down one of the best fucking characters in that movie.
Just craves death, just completely on all times.
The Luma was just completely fucking. Oh my! When Luigi shows up in the cage, more meat for the grinder. They're all just slowly getting lifted in the lava. Finally, the sweet relief of death.
Yeah, and then it gets raised.
and then the penguin like says like, "Can you shut up? We're all suffering here. We're all depressed."
Yeah.
And that line made me laugh out loud.
I know. The fucking Mario 64 penguins. Yeah.
It made it even better too that Luma was like really wanted to die because like there was like 2 times where Luna went outside the cage, like it fit between the bars.
I know, it could have escaped at any point.
And so it was just like waiting to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun. Yeah. That whole scene where like they're getting lowered into the lava, like that was like, you know, a little close.
Luigi almost fucking died.
He almost
there.
fucking died, dude. Yeah. I thought Luigi was going to die. I thought they were gonna kill off Luigi. No.
Seeing Peach with the ice flower was really cool because
that was
like,
cool.
The ice flower is like I know it's pretty common now, but it's still not like one of the most favorite items, I feel like, when it comes to the franchise. And so seeing them use it after like we already saw like what the fire flower would look like in the trailer, you know, I was like, dude, fuck yeah, that's sick.
Yeah. No, I was sitting next to my mom, and like my mom was like, all the power-ups were really cool in the movie, but at the end of the movie she was like, "Where was the frog suit?" Like, which I thought was really funny because like she grew up playing Mario 3, and so she was like upset that they didn't have the fucking frog suit.
That's true.
Where's the penguin suit?
They didn't have the penguin suit. They did have the cat suit. They had the cat suit.
They did have the cat suit.
So they didn't even have Spring Mario. Where the fuck was Spring Mario?
That's true. Oh my god, Spring Mario. We can confirm that in both the Sonic and Mario movie, they both say meow. So we can like that is canon.
That's what turned Princess Peach on the Mario.
When he said that, I looked at Antonio and I was like,
meow. Yeah.
Okay, but I mean, like that is a blatant reference to the Sonic movie, right? I feel like that has to be intentional.
That could have been intentional. Yeah, I mean, like, like I could see that. I could see the writers.
I think that's just like, the Illumination writers having some fun.
Yeah, which I appreciate that.
And then one of the things that I'm surprised we haven't talked about yet. All these characters were in some kind of accent. Like even Bowser was like a pretty deep Jack Black, but Seth Rogen was just Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen did the Seth Rogen laugh, and that's what I came to see.
It was Seth Rogen with daddy issues, which I thought was one of the funniest things about the movie is that Donkey Kong and Mario bonded over having daddy issues.
Like they tried to sneak in a little bit of like sentimental sort of like character development there, and then it's like it's gone in a minute.
The other thing, okay, the strongest part of the story though that I wish that they had more of was like the relationship between Mario and Luigi, because I honestly thought that was like one of the most endearing parts of the movie, and they kind of like save it for like the beginning and end of the movie.
Yeah, they're basically not together.
I wish there was more of that.
They're basically not together for the entire movie. Which is fine. I mean, like that's kind of the plot, but that was a good part. I think for the oh no way, Keaton.
Gritty.
Holy shit.
Okay. Sorry for
wait,
that.
I lost my train of thought. Or what was I saying? Oh, yeah. No, I feel like for like the second movie, they're probably gonna have more like Mario and Luigi sort of like duo dynamics. You know what I mean? Because they're gonna make a sequel. You know that they're gonna.
They have that scene where he's in like the pizzeria and like he sees like the video of them on the screen and it's all emotional. I was like, damn.
Oh, I know.
This is this is actually kind of good to be here.
Dude, and then like I don't know if you guys have ever played. Either of you guys ever played the Mario and Luigi games?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that end scene when they were kicking Bowser's ass with the star, did that not just give you like total like flashbacks to some of the team moves from Mario and Luigi games?
It totally did.
Yeah. Dude, that was cool. Yeah, no.
And then the way that they get rid of him is they do like the so long Game Bowser. They like grab him by the tail.
Oh, dude. Yeah, me and Brennan were waiting for that, and when they did it, we were like, yes. Yeah, it was awesome.
I like how we call it the so long Game Bowser.
I know, but everon knows what that means. Everyone knows what that means.
Game Bowser, thank you for playing my game.
Did you know in the Switch remaster of Super Mario 64? He just says bye-bye.
He doesn't say that.
He doesn't say so long Game Bowser
in the Super Mario 3D All-Stars version, I think. He doesn't.
He just goes bye-bye.
I don't know. He might say. I wonder if does he say that in the Nintendo 64, like Nintendo Switch Online version? Because he might.
I don't know.
You know,
I don't know.
but
I gotta check now.
yeah, I gotta check. Brendan, you should check that because I think you have that plan. I don't know if you still do, but
you think I have to play the entirety of Mario 64 just to see if he did?
just to see, yeah, for sure. But
Time
really
to get
quick,
started.
I wanted just to say, we've been kind of like praising this movie, which is good. Overall, like, I did enjoy the movie, but like, did you guys have any like general like issues with it, or like what was like your if you have one, like what was your biggest problem with the movie? Because let's kind of look at both sides.
Very fast paced.
That's
just
true.
the pacing.
Yeah, the pacing was very snappy. Yeah, that's true. I kind of enjoyed that.
I really wanted it.
Mm-hmm.
I really wanted it to be just like a little bit longer. I feel like.
I could have stayed for a little longer. Yeah, I was enjoying myself.
Also, I just want to point out, like, this isn't necessarily something that was bad. It was just something I thought was funny. Like, they spend like 70% of the movie like trying to find the Kong army, and then once they do, they all just fucking get captured.
Oh, I know. I thought that was funny.
I know
too.
that was funny.
They're like, all right, we're gonna have this whole scene where Mario fights Donkey Kong just to get the Kong army on their side, and then we're gonna go on Rainbow Road, and then that's it. That's basically.
I thought we were gonna see like the Kong army versus the Koopa.
I know, yeah,
but,
we didn't.
No.
Yeah, it was kind of. Yeah. Oh well. But yeah, no, I agree. Like the pacing was very fast.
Yeah.
And I think that did in a sense work in its favor because I think that it kind of like you get to see like as much as possible like with Mario. You don't really like no scene really like overstays its welcome, which I think is kind of nice. But at least for like this type of movie, But
I think if they had a few more scenes, like I was thinking about, and if they added like a few more scenes in the middle of the movie where Mario and Peach are like journeying to the Kong lands, like I feel like they could have had some cool like just like character building moments in there. Like maybe true. they're like fighting like I don't know, like a boss or something, or like the Koopa Troop shows up and they have to fight him. I don't know.
It was that's true. There was like very little like character development with anybody. And it was even when it was there, it was just kind of like, oh, okay. Oh, Mario, come with me. Okay, do this thing. Okay, let's go. You know what I mean?
But at the same time, like I feel like it was the perfect amount of character development for those characters because they don't need a lot. Like you already know who they are.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter, but
it didn't bother me a whole lot.
It would have been nice to have like a little bit more,
Right. Yeah, and for sure, and that was an aspect of it. But overall though, like I did really enjoy the movie. I'm excited to see more. And speaking on that topic, I wanted to, not just make this Chit Chats about the Mario movie, but I've prepared a little treat for us. Because, it's obvious that Nintendo is going to continue making movies, whether that be a sequel to the Mario movie or other movies. So what I have prepared here is a little tier list.
Oh, shit.
We're going to rank Nintendo franchises based on how deserving we think they are to get movies in the going forward.
Dude, where the fuck is Wario? You don't have Wario in here?
I did not put Wario.
Sorry, just to go back for a second. My biggest disappointment with the movie is they didn't have Wario.
There was no Wario? Yeah.
There's no Wario.
Okay, yeah. You know what? That's fair. I do think that they're going to save that for the sequel, personally. But, yeah. I don't have Wario. I picked
by the Rock. No.
Yeah, I picked. Yeah. Well, did you see that thing that was like Jack Black was like, I want Pedro Pascal to play Wario in the sequel. Like, I think he said that.
Yes.
Yes. He did.
And I was just like, you know what?
I
can get down with that. To play Wario. Yeah. So so just to kind of like cap this video off, unless you guys have like anything else you want to talk about regarding the Mario movie, I do want to cap this off, and I want to go through. These are like the most popular Nintendo franchises, or at least in my eyes, like the ones that like most people know. We're gonna go through and we're gonna talk about like what like if we think they should get a movie franchise.
And this is actually like topical because I'm pretty sure like either this morning or yesterday morning there's an interview with Miyamoto that they put out where he said like, oh yes, there will definitely be more Nintendo movies.
I saw that, and I want to talk about that. So some of these emblems are kind of weird, but I do like just because they were compressed to be in a square format. But we can make sense in them. I do have some kind of funny picks here. You might notice. Like first here we have Animal Crossing. So like, what do you guys think about an Animal Crossing movie?
Okay. Just from the get go, I want to establish something here. Does it have to be a movie, or could we also say it's like a TV show or something?
Yeah, I guess that's fine
Because
yeah.
I was gonna ask the same question because there's one on here already that I would say movie no, but like a TV show or an animated show yes.
Yeah,
So I was gonna ask the same question.
Yeah, if you if you have a general concept for like a show with one of these franchises, like I think that's fair, and if it's good, then we can put it higher. But Animal Crossing, that being said, I don't think really could work as a movie or a show. Like I kind of just put it on here for shits and giggles. You know,
there's no like. There's the only time Animal Crossing ever had like hardcore action is when it got put in Smash Brothers.
Yeah, exactly. So
they did make a movie in Japan for Animal Crossing though.
They made
I don't know
a
how
movie?
good it was.
Oh, they did?
There's like an Animal Crossing anime movie.
I actually didn't know that. I know that there was a manga because I saw an Animal Crossing manga in the store one time, and I didn't look at it very much, but I was curious, like, what story could they tell with Animal Crossing? I guess there is like characters in Animal Crossing.
They made a movie based on that manga. I'm pretty sure. Can look it up.
I mean, that's interesting. That being said, I mean, like, without knowing what that movie is like, I don't know. I'm gonna say I think Animal Crossing as a pick for a franchise that could be turned into like a series or a movie. I'm gonna say it's probably like D tier. Like, there's some material there, but I don't think it's a whole. It's very captivating.
I sadly agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. So me too. It'd have to be like slice of life.
Yeah, and even
I think it'd be kind of boring.
Yeah, it would just kind of like I don't know,
a slice of life
anime about Animal Crossing, dude. Yeah, maybe I don't know.
Unless they have like a fucking action movie, like it just turns into like fucking.
Because Animal Crossing is like it is one of the biggest Nintendo franchises. Like a lot of people know Animal Crossing, so if they did put like something out regarding it, I do think it would get attention. That being said, I don't know if it would be that great, but
it wouldn't work.
No. And next we have a Chibi Robo, which I only put on here because I asked before we started for one more franchise because I just wanted to I wanted to round it out. And so and Donavan, you said Chibi. I didn't tell you what it was for. I was just like, oh, I want another Nintendo franchise, and you gave me Chibi Robo.
I should have said Wave Racer.
Yeah, you should have said. You should have said. I mean, you also said the legendary Starfy, which I think would have been interesting to talk about. But
that's enough.
Yeah, but no, we have Chibi Robo. I don't know a whole lot about Chibi Robo. That being said, I mean, you know, there could be some material there with a small robot, you know, like
I don't think Nintendo is ever going to do anything else with Chibi Robo.
No,
so that makes
probably
me
not. But we're not talking about if they are, we're talking about like how if they did, how well do we think it would work? And honestly, I think it would work better than Animal Crossing. But not by much, you know.
I'd still put it C tier in that case.
Yeah, I'd say like a solid middle.
Like they could find something. They could find something, but it would be a little tough, you know.
It would also be boring as fuck, I bet.
It would probably be. I mean, honestly, I'm almost kind of considering putting Animal Crossing in F because I feel like compared to like some of these other ones, like
throw them F.
I kind of want to move both of them down one. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, what do you guys think about that?
Go ahead. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna do that. We're gonna be a little harsh here, but that's fine. Next we have EY. So what do you guys think about EY? No, this is Donkey Kong. So I don't know if you guys heard, but I think there was talks about a Donkey Kong Country spin-off movie with Seth Rogen. So that might already be in the works.
I think that'd be really fun.
I think it'd be pretty cool. I think Seth Rogen already became pretty popular with doing this Donkey Kong role in this movie.
This is his biggest role by far.
His biggest role. No.
Yeah, it's like Pineapple Express. This is the end. The Mario movie.
The Mario movie.
Yeah.
And then the interview.
Yeah. Yeah. That's on his.
It's literally fucking. Never mind.
God damn it.
But like Donkey Kong Country would have like a good story. Like I feel like it would be a pretty interesting thing. And dude, King K. Rool on the big screen. Hello,
dude.
Oh my god.
They'd have to do that. I mean that's such a iconic character. Yeah. And
people will go bonkers for that.
One thing that we didn't mention, but I do want to talk about, is that you guys know the scene in the Mario movie where they're like racing to like the arena to fight Donkey Kong, and it's plays "Take on Me," right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys heard about this, but there was a cut like song that was supposed to play in that scene instead of "Take on Me," and it was like a remix of like Donkey Kong Country music, and it actually sounded pretty good. Yeah, if you go in the official soundtrack on like Spotify for the Mario movie, you can find it. I don't remember what it's called, but you can find it. Yeah, and it actually sounds good. Why didn't they just
use that?
I don't know, because they had to have that, obligatory like "Take on Me" like 80s music, whatever. Which is I don't know, it's like it's whatever, it's fine and whatever, but like it would have been cool to see that. But I think like having a Donkey Kong Country movie could kind of remedy that. So I don't know. I'm gonna say I think for Donkey Kong Country, I'm gonna say a solid like B tier.
Also, we all agree that monkey that was like ferrying them around that city was Funky Kong, right? Like they didn't say it, but like we all agree
I feel like
Funky
it kind of
Kong,
has
right?
to be.
I'm willing to believe that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
I don't know. What are you guys thinking? Like I'm thinking like B tier for Donkey Kong. Like
I think it's like
maybe
I think it's already in the works.
I mean, honestly, that's true, but we're talking about how well we think it would work, and I think
also just like an A.
I think if they did it, I could see A. I think like I don't think it would be like better than the Mario movie, but it would be pretty good.
I'd say like low A.
All right, yeah, we'll go low A.
Not to spoil like my thoughts here for another thing on this list, but I feel like they're already like working on workshopping like some movies for these other characters that were in the Mario movie,
I could see that. Oh, for sure. And I know we already there. Like I think I might know which one you're referring to because, I did put that on here for a reason. But next we have Fire Emblem, and so Fire Emblem, has got a lot of attention recently. I still haven't played a single Fire Emblem game.
This is the one I was talking about. This is the one that I think it would not work as a movie, but like an anime. I feel like that would be sick.
I could see that. I could see
this
that
is
for sure.
Prime real estate for an anime for sure. I agree, and I think it has a high chance of actually happening after the Mario.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, like, because I know it's really popular in Japan.
I would love to watch a Fire Emblem anime.
Yeah, no, I could see that for sure. I almost like, I feel like out of all of these, like, this is probably this makes the most sense for an anime.
Yeah, I could not lie. I would not give a shit about it, but I'm glad that you would. Hey, I'm glad it would make you happy, Brennan.
Maybe it would be good though. You know what I mean? Like if you heard,
am I the only one who's played a Fire Emblem game?
Yes, you are.
Wait, what Fire Emblem game have you played? I didn't even know that.
Oh, it was whichever one was on DS.
There was on the D, like not the 3DS, the DS.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know which ones were on the DS, but
I don't remember. It was one of the ones on the DS.
No, I mean like, I still want to play. I own a Fire Emblem game, and I will play it eventually, but not yet. But yeah, for an anime series, I think probably A or B tier. I'm gonna say B tier just to kind of like round things out, but I could see it working. Where the fuck did it go?
Shadow Dragon. That's what I played.
Okay, it's gonna be kind of hard to see.
It's invisible.
Yeah, but we're gonna say it's in B tier. Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
I like it. Yeah, I like it in B tier.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like if they're gonna make it a movie, I feel like that'd be pretty shitty. I feel like it would be like a lower, but I feel like if they turn it into like a show or like an anime, then it could be actually pretty good.
I don't think there's enough buzz around Fire Emblem to get a whole movie. No. But an anime for sure.
I could totally see some little animation studio like teaming up with Nintendo and picking it up.
For sure, yeah. I mean, they already kind of do that for the cutscenes, I think.
Right. That's why I think it would be so cool as an anime.
I feel like you're onto something with that. Yeah, definitely. Speaking of anime, we have Kirby, which did get an anime series already. But for a movie, or I guess like just for another series or a movie, like. I don't know. I think that there's some material potentially.
I think there could easily be some material. I think there's a lot of. I would honestly love to see like a Kirby Dreamland like movie. Kirby's like Adventure in Dreamland.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like
I feel like that would be pretty sick.
I think it would be sick too. I just like. I don't know how much there is to work off of there, because like Kirby is kind of, I don't know.
Okay, well,
I don't see it like a lot of people being like, oh hell yeah, I have to see the Kirby movie, except for
well,
like hardcore Nintendo fans.
okay, maybe not a movie, but like I feel like for a series, because I think the great thing about Kirby is that it's such a cute character. He's such a cute character. Like I feel like anyone could like find enjoyment in it in some regard. You know what I mean? Like you don't even have to have played
Yeah.
the games necessarily. You know what I mean?
Okay, in that case, here's what I would want them to do then. Just continue the anime series, but like include like the new stuff from the new games.
The modern Kirby like
Yeah.
reference. Yeah, no, I could see that. Well, and that's the thing about the Kirby franchise is that the lore is fucking intense. Like some of the storylines that they go for in Kirby games. I mean, like Donovan, like
Yeah.
it's like
We were literally talking about it
it's
last
literally
night.
like the Mr. Incredible meme where it's like the happy and then like the dreadful face. It's like Kirby gameplay, Kirby story. You know what I mean? Like that's literally how it is. So I don't know. I feel like I don't necessarily know if they would like tap into any of that for like a bit
Oh
like
my
a movie,
God.
but like if they did,
That'd be crazy. Kirby
it
lore
would be
is so
crazy.
like, depth and insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they totally could. But I would just want them to continue the anime. So
Yeah.
I would say like another B tier.
Yeah, I'd say B tier. I'd say I'd probably put it personally above it, Fire Emblem just because I'd want to see it more. But like, I think that they both have merit in a sense. We'll leave
I
it
think
there.
those two franchises are like, what was that?
The fucking Kirby, the Kirby meme. Yeah, that is iconic. They just need to make like a if they make like a movie for whatever reason of Kirby, they need to include that in some way. That's all I'm gonna say. That's my pitch.
Yes.
I agree.
All right, Luigi's Mansion is next, and Donovan, I think this might be
Oh
what
my
you were
God.
referring to.
Yeah, I feel like they're probably already thinking about this, because it's like it's already set up. They had King Boo in the movie already. They had like Luigi's Mansion music in it. They had like Luigi walking through a creepy setting. Like it's all there. You
Yeah.
just take what you have there and expand on it, add the ghosts, and like
And
you have a sequel.
and
Or you have like a spinoff.
unlike King Boo or unlike King Babam, King Boo did not die. So he is still
True.
prime candidate to be in one of these movies or projects.
They should have shown more of him though, because he was literally just like in the background.
That's true.
Which
He was, like,
insane
very-
to me. Because
he
like
was very
you
inconsequential.
just don't drop the King Boo bomb and then not expand
I
on
know,
it.
it was
That's
such
why I
a-
feel like something's coming.
It was so funny. It was just like, oh, King Boo, whoa,
Yeah.
holy shit.
Oh my God.
Yeah. No, I could see. I know Charlie Day mentioned like he would be interested in doing a Luigi's Mansion movie, and so I feel like with that in mind, I feel like they could like come up with a cool premise for
They
it.
could they this is what I want out of it. I want it to be like kind of like a detective show with him and EGAD. I want it to be a show actually.
Okay.
And I want to just be like a couple episodes and it's just like them like solving the mystery of the mansion and then at the end King Boo is behind all of it. Like that would be so like charming.
That would be charming. I mean, I feel like it'd be predictable at that rate, just because it's like, well, yeah,
It
obviously
would,
King
but
Boo,
like
but
it'd be so great.
it would be fun.
So cute.
I would get enjoyment out of it. I do enjoy Luigi's Mansion. Yeah, I think I'd probably put that maybe at another A. I feel like I don't know. I feel like they already kind of have it set up in a sense, but
I feel like that's S tier. I feel like that.
really, I mean, like, I guess
It
we gotta
works
put
so
something in
well.
S tier.
Oh, well, I have another S tier personally.
We'll put it. Brennan, what do you think for Luigi's Mansion?
I'll say like high A, like almost
Okay.
like almost S tier.
We'll
like
put
above
it-
Donkey Kong.
We'll put it above Donkey Kong. We'll put it right there. It's still a very good idea, and I think it could work. I put Super Mario on here just because I
Like
figured.
sequel.
Yeah, I think this is, if anything, this has got to be an S tier because we already know
Yeah.
that like
This
it
has
works
to
as a
happen.
movie. So I feel like and they're already gonna make a second one probably. So I feel like why not?
They
This is-
teased
this is an
Yoshi.
S
They
tier.
teased like Galaxy. Like
Yeah.
probably Rosalina gonna be in the second movie. So
Dude, they could go like hog wild with the sequel.
they could.
Yeah.
As long as I get Bowser in a cat suit, good.
Meowser. I feel like for the sequel they could have like a different main villain and have Bowser team up with them. You know what I mean? Like I feel like they could do that just because like they'd want to have Jack Black back in some way, you know. They you know, they had Bowser, like Bowser, he's still there, he's just tiny.
I feel like I feel like it would just be Bowser again, but like with the Koopalings, you know.
That's true. I didn't think about it like that. That's true. And maybe I do want Wario to be in it in any way, in some way.
Yeah. Me
so
too.
as long as he's there, like yeah, I could see that working.
You know what they do though? They would have Wario, but not Waluigi, because they just
true.
fucking
just
hate.
To,
they
just
hate
to,
Waluigi.
Just to spite everybody. Yeah.
Nintendo fucking hates Waluigi.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's just he's just damned, dude. He's not even gonna be in the next Smash Brothers. Let's just accept that. Like I don't care.
As an assist trophy.
Yeah, he'll just always be an assist trophy. All right, so next we got Metroid. So I don't have a whole lot of experience with the Metroid franchise. I have a lot of respect for it though.
This is the one that I want the most.
Mm-hmm.
Like even more than Zelda, I would kill for like Metroid would work as a series or a movie.
I agree. Based on what I know,
the story and like the pacing of it is already set up like a movie. So like literally just make like an Aliens ripoff and you have a Metroid movie. And it would be so good. I would be so hyped for it.
I think this is an S tier.
I would be super hyped for a Metroid movie.
Yeah. Because I feel like I feel like this is another one where it's like you don't even have to have played the games to like get enjoyment out of like a premise regarding like the story of Metroid, you know, like
in Zero Suit Samus on the big screen.
Oof, yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
The only concern I would have for it is that they would make it like all like little kitty. Like no, I want this to be like a PG-13 or even rated R movie. Like I want it to be like intense.
I could see it being PG-13 at the most.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like
it would not be R, but
no way. But like yeah, there's a lot that they could work with, I think, with this, and it would be really cool to like see like just Samus on the big screen. Who would play Samus? Like who would you cast as Samus? I think I would cast Amy Schumer. Yeah, I think that would be
Anya Taylor-Joy again.
Anya. She just plays every girl boss character.
Every girl boss. Yeah, female Nintendo character.
Mia Khalifa.
Yeah.
Oh,
Brennan's like, wait, I didn't. Brennan's like, wait, what was the question?
Yeah, wait, what was the question?
Nicole Harbor.
Yeah, Nicole Harbor. Oh my god. All right, we're gonna move on. All right, so next we have Pikmin. Now we've already kind of seen a world where Pikmin is sort of like a series because they did actually make like short Pikmin animations back like, you know, like a decade ago. And I remember watching them. I don't know if you guys have seen those.
I've seen them.
But I got enjoyment out of them. I thought they were fun, you know?
But like they're enjoyable as bite-sized things. If it were a movie or even a TV show, I don't think it would work very well.
Yeah, I think you're right though. I think actually they do work as like shorts, but maybe not like a full series, right?
Yeah, the Pikmin shorts were like Nintendo testing the waters with like with other media besides video games, you know.
And I do have a lot of respect for like the little like bite-sized animations that are kind of like they don't really have any dialogue. They're just kind of like telling a story through like visuals and like, you know, stuff like that. Like I think that's fun. I think if they made more of those, that would be really cool. But I don't think a whole movie or a series is.
Could you imagine like fucking Captain Olimar, voiced by like fucking I don't even know, like
Tom Holland.
Oh, the guy. No. The guy who plays what's his name? Professor X. What's his name? Patrick Stewart. They have Patrick Stewart as Olimar.
Wait, why do I feel like that would actually?
Because his voice is kind of like low. You know what I mean?
It's like low and
in a
deep,
set. Like I don't know. That was just like the first person that came to mind.
And then the young guy. What's his name? Oh, fuck, Charlie.
Charlie Day.
No.
Yeah. Wait. What? No, I know who you're talking. What about him though?
that will be played by Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. He has to be in something. Okay, Tom Holland. He's got to be in something here. All right.
True.
I think that Pikmin is like a middle of the road, probably like a C tier pick, because like I think that there is material, but like
I would say C because I could see it going somewhere, but we also don't know how or even when.
Yeah, like
they really have to think outside the box. Like it could not just be like regular ass Pikmin. They would have to like have stakes.
Yeah,
just let Chugga Conroy write the script for the movie. And
as long as Steve is in the movie, we're fine. No,
just have Emil voice Olimar. Honestly,
dude, if me and Brennan would freak out. Donovan, you would freak out too a little bit. Don't lie.
I would walk around the room.
Yeah,
dude,
I would walk.
Antonio, you and me freaked out when we saw a yellow and blue toad standing next to each other.
Oh, I know, yeah.
Dude, it's the new.
Yeah, but they did that on
movie.
purpose though.
Like, yeah,
not in reference to the Runaway guys, but in reference to like the new Super
Mario Brothers Wii and U and stuff.
That was pretty cool. All right, next we got
it was just
what?
It was funny. Nothing. Sorry.
It was funny. No, you're good. You're good. Sorry. I'm just trying to move along because we've been going for a bit now. Next we got the Pokemon franchise. So obviously we've already seen a Pokemon movie. But continuing forward, like what do you think?
I feel like this is another automatic S for me, just because not only have we seen Detective Pikachu, which is live action, which I did not mind actually. I didn't think Detective Pikachu was not a bad movie. But then also they've been making Pokemon movies for years.
That's true. Mm-hmm. And regardless of the quality of those movies, they have been making them. Well, I actually haven't seen most
in
of them,
terms of like high budget Hollywood action films though, this one is weird to me because I feel like they put it on hiatus because I remember directly following Detective Pikachu 1, they're like, oh yeah, we're going to make Detective Pikachu 2. Mm-hmm. And then I think the actor for the main actor came out and said like, oh no, it got put on hiatus and I don't know if it's happening anymore. And we've heard nothing about it since. And then they said like a year later or so that they were going to be making like a full-length Hollywood movie based on like Ash and his journey, or just not Ash, but like just like the Pokemon journey, just like a regular trainer.
Yeah,
and it's
I heard that they were working on like a red and blue setup or something like that.
Basically,
I did hear about
basically
that,
just like retelling the story of Red and Blue in like a Hollywood movie, and we haven't heard anything about that either. So I feel like within the next year or so, we're gonna hear something about one of those.
The thing that sucks, I just want to say, like, the thing that sucks about it is I think that Detective Pikachu as a movie didn't perform as well as, like, the Pokemon Company wanted. So I think that they're, like, kind of hesitant about, like, what their next move is with, like, cinema regarding Pokemon, which I think sucks because I also really enjoyed the Detective Pikachu movie. And if they made
a lot of money.
I think it did, but I feel like for Pokemon as a franchise, it was a little, like I could be wrong, but I think that like they kind of were expecting it to do a little bit better. You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
But
like, let's be real. Making a Detective Pikachu movie like from the get-go, like that's not gonna go like super well.
It's not gonna have like super wide appeal. But that's why I liked it because it wasn't like standard. It wasn't like like vanilla. It was experimental, and I enjoyed that aspect of it. Exactly. Regardless of like how good of a movie it was. Did you notice how like
after that movie came out, like I feel like they at some point had plans to port the original Detective Pikachu game over the Switch and then like make a sequel. But after that movie came out, they just dropped that franchise completely.
Yeah, I heard talks
it was
about
so
that.
funny.
Yeah, I heard talks about that.
And then something that I think would sadly not work is that I don't think they could do. They might be able to do a Pokemon game, like a different Pokemon game, if they were to do it as like a movie. Mm-hmm. But I think stingy ass Nintendo fans like myself, I will honestly say it, like myself, would not like if they did a Pokemon movie with Red and Blue and Red spoke. Because like Red has never anything, because like even in all the other games, usually when you can like whatever character you choose, the other character becomes your rival. Red's the only one where you always play as Red. Like you never, and
I
so
feel
like
like
Red,
it
and
wouldn't
so like
even be
Red
red
never speaks
though.
to you.
I feel like it'd be like an approximation of those games. Like it wouldn't be like following the story exactly or have like the
No, and
same like
that's what I think they would
points.
need to do is that they would need to either change a little bit or maybe just do like one of the later games because if they want to do like one in the Kanto region, like another title that we'll get to here soon. The like canon of Red is that he does not talk.
So I will raise you
What?
one
Oh wait, there's
counterexample to that.
Pokemon
There
Origins.
was
There's
Pokemon
Pokemon
Origins, yeah,
Origins.
and he did
Fuck,
talk.
then you're right.
That being said, I didn't watch that whole series, so I don't know like how good it was. But
I
think
love
it,
Pokemon
from what
Origins.
I
I thought it was amazing.
have heard, it worked. Like it wasn't jarring that he spoke, right?
No, they
But
actually did. It was actually pretty good.
if you ask me personally, I think that they should make a movie following like a Pokemon journey, but I don't necessarily think they need to make it like hardcore based off of one of the games. They can just make it like kind of like what Donovan is saying, like having like an approximation of like just a Pokemon journey, like a sort of like a new character that is introduced into this world and goes through the world like, you know, catching Pokemon and like follow his journey. You know what I mean? Like I don't think we need Red, you know.
It would feel very weird though, I think.
Yeah, potentially, but
I
don't
think
know.
they could make it work, but like if they just had like, you know, getting the gym badges and like defeating the evil team, like it would work, but it would feel strange.
It would feel a little basic, I guess, at that rate. But that's what I like about Pokemon as a franchise is that there's so many like different elements to it that you can like pull from for like a story. Like you don't have to just follow one narrative. You know what I mean?
I feel like they would have to have a really compelling lead character.
Like if anything, like just the world of Pokemon, I think is captivating enough to where like you can make a movie out of it and it's fun. And we've seen that. So I'm inclined to say this is an S tier. I think Brennan mentioned that too.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of different ways they could go with this that would make it work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Splatoon.
Yeah, I put Splatoon on here because Splatoon is another really big franchise. But this is kind of another one that I'm just kind of like...
I have not played.
I don't know.
Oh, have you never played a Splatoon game, Brian?
I have never played a Splatoon game.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
okay.
I'm not that surprised just because like...
I'm kind of surprised about that.
Well, the only way that he would have been able to is get like either Splatoon 2 or Splatoon 3.
Yeah.
Which, and you know, I would recommend them. I think that they're fun, but I do think that they're a little more like, I don't know. I don't know if
I didn't play 3, but I did. I love Splatoon, and the second game and the first game are.
Thank you, Brennen.
So close to my heart.
Was there a intention with showing that?
No, I'm just happy I didn't know it came out today.
Oh yeah. No. Shout out to Choga Conroy's Black 2 and White 2 Let's Play, which the first episode dropped today. That being said, speaking of Choga Conroy, he did a whole Let's Play on Splatoon, which is the next franchise. Donovan, I feel like you probably know Splatoon the best out of the three of us. Like what are your thoughts on this? Like, what, like, do you think there's anything here for that?
I don't know, because the story of Splatoon, they have like a story that is kind of like unfolding throughout the 3 games, and it's mainly like a pretty basic story, but there's lore that is revealed about like how human civilization collapsed and like the rise of the squids, and like I think in the newest game they've touched on like some of the surviving human like populations that like stuck around for a while after most of humanity had died. So it's really interesting. Like the story and the world of Splatoon and the lore is super interesting.
I was not aware of that.
I don't think that you can make I don't think you can make a movie or even a TV series around that.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't think it would happen.
I feel like
I think it works best the way it is.
I feel like, if anything, this is another one that could work as an anime, maybe. You know? Like,
it could work as an anime.
Or like maybe like a one-time, like, sort of like special or something. I don't know. Like, if there's anything there.
The thing about like the story that they tell in Splatoon though is that it's like continuously like unwinding. Like you play through like one of the campaigns and then you kind of wait to see like how it develops in the next game. So
Okay.
it's like not all of the lore is there yet to make a movie or a show.
Gotcha.
So like maybe one day, but like it's just not there yet.
I see. Okay. Well, I think in that case, I think I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it at either D or C. Like I'm not.
I would say C.
Okay. I think that's fair. I mean, like there's another sort of
Invisible.
Invisible one. Yeah. No. I from what you're saying, like I do think that there is some material there, but I don't think it's as captivating potentially for like a full series. I guess. I mean, well, it sounds interesting.
Yeah.
I think, like you said, like I think it works better as like just a game franchise, right?
It works best how they already do it with
Right.
like the lore drop, the in-game lore drops.
For sure. All right, next we got Star Fox, which I don't have the most experience with this franchise. Actually, I don't think I've played a single Star Fox game.
Go over your cock.
But yeah, I've played Hands Off My Cock. I know.
Off my cock.
I know that's in the
Hands
lore.
off my cock.
Smash Bros.
The only Star Fox game I played is the original Star Fox 64.
Wait, I thought you played. Yeah, I thought you also played 64, Antonio.
I have not played 64. No, I never owned
Good.
it on like the virtual console. I never had the 3DS version. None of that.
I've always fucked around with Star Fox. Like they have it on like the N64 online and stuff. And like I had that for like a month and I kind of fucked around with it.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
but like it's never like I don't know, that whole franchise has never really captivated me. And they did have like a little animated series of this.
Did they?
Of Star Fox. Yeah, it was weird. It was like in 2016 or I think it was when Zero was coming out. And they just had like a couple episodes of this little mini series.
Yeah. Okay.
And from
I
what
can see
I
that.
remember watching it, but I don't remember shit about it. And I think it worked fine. It just was like kind of boring because I don't give a shit about
Yeah.
Star Fox.
I just think it's just such a very like I don't know. I don't find it very captivating. Like the premise of Star Fox. Like it's animals in space. That's cool. But like
it's like Star Trek.
yeah.
But it's the origin of the do a barrel roll.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
I don't know, the whole Star Fox franchise. I just think it's just like, I mean, the fact that like almost every game kind of feel like, from what I've heard, well, not every game, but like, you know, like Star Fox Zero, like that one, everyone was like kind of like, it was like, ooh, new Star Fox game, and then it was kind of just like a retelling of like 64 from what I heard about it. Like I just feel like there wouldn't be much to do with it, you know, like it's like tell a very basic sort of like plot about these animals.
What was the Star
Space,
Fox
I don't
game
know.
on the GameCube? Was that Star Fox Adventure?
There was Adventures and then there was Assault, but Adventures is probably the one you're thinking of.
I'm
'cause
thinking of Advent. They could make like
that
I
one had
don't
like
know,
Crystal,
Yeah.
and it was like supposed to be
mean,
like Dinosaur
whatever.
Planet or something like that. Like, yeah.
Who cares? Who
Yeah,
cares?
I don't know.
Dude?
I just
Like,
I'm not as invested in this. I think it could work.
Okay, imagine
potentially.
the size of the theater. Imagine like
Like how many
the
people would go
audience,
see that?
How many
Yeah.
people would go see it? Like opening night, there would be like 4 people in the theater.
Yeah, and it would be me, you, Brennan, and Dean.
Yeah,
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, it would
Yeah.
be. I'd be like, I don't give a shit, but I'm still
No.
here.
It would be us 4 and then like 4 other random like super nerds, like those kids that were at the Mario movie with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that theater was packed, dude.
There was a lot of people.
People
at
give
the
a shit about
like,
Mario, and I didn't
yeah.
realize that.
Yeah, no.
I undermined that
dude.
people have
Yeah.
nostalgia and they give a shit about Mario.
Well, dude, Mario is just like it's like I would say it's like the biggest video game franchise. Like I know like Minecraft, there's more Minecraft players, but like Mario as a video game, like as a series, like I think like everyone knows Mario. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is why I think it worked so well. But I think I'm inclined to say Star Fox is a C at best. You know. Like
okay, well, but in terms of how well it would work, I would give it a B though, because I do think it would work well. I just think it would be boring as hell.
Yeah, I guess you that's fair. I'm gonna put it low B. I'll put it low B. All right, next we have Super Smash Brothers. So
We should do that one at the end.
yeah. You want to rank this one at the end?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. All right. Moving. Okay. We'll move on then. Should we end things off with the two big ones? Because I feel like the next one is also there's a lot to say.
Yeah.
Let's do Xenoblade Chronicles next. So Xenoblade Chronicles. Have you guys? I know Donovan, you've played Xenoblade Chronicles X, right? I've played
On the Wii U.
On the Wii U, the best console Nintendo's ever made. And I've played Xenoblade Chronicles 3D on the 3DS. Brennan, have you played any? Do you have any experience with Xenoblade?
I played the original just because I got so intrigued by it.
The Wii version?
After Chugga.
Yeah. Okay.
So I played. I never finished it, but I played part of it.
Okay. I didn't even know where. How did you get access to it? Do you own it?
No, a friend of mine did.
Oh, okay. I see.
He doesn't even have it anymore. I think he sold it.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But so I never got through all of it, but I really enjoyed what I played. And then, of course, I watched Chugga play all of it and Xenoblade. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, is that the one with Pyro and Myth? Yeah, that's the one with Pyro and Myth. So then I've seen Mario of Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
And you know he's gonna do Xenoblade Chronicles 3 at some point.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, easily. I love the story. I love the story of Xenoblade. I think the story is really cool. I think honestly, it's another one that I think like an anime or a show would be a better adaptation for it than like a movie.
Yeah.
Especially if they're gonna do like the first one with Shulk and Dunban and the Monado. Like I think an anime would. I think that as an anime would be sick.
I think.
Yeah, and they could do like different seasons. Like the first season is the first game, and then the second season is the second game.
That would be really cool. I think that would work really well. Actually, I'm not like the most knowledgeable about Xenoblade, but from what I do know, from what I've played and what I know about like the story, I think it's a really cool It's a really cool franchise. Yeah.
I don't really have any desire to play the games because they're really like you have to be invested in them.
They're really long.
But if they came out with an anime, I would watch it.
Yeah. No, I think that
because I do think the story and the world and the characters are pretty cool.
I think it's cool. I think this is probably almost an A for me, or probably just B.
I think it is an A for me. I think it would work.
If you're willing to put it in A, I'll put it in A.
I think if they did the anime route, I think Xenoblade would be awesome.
Yeah,
dude, imagine if they did like a full Hollywood movie with like
about Xenoblade
like actors.
Dude, if I was like in
instead
a theater,
of being like British, they were just like American voices.
They could have. Oh my god, no. Well, this is the perfect time for them to hire Tom Holland as the voice of Shulk. Imagine that, and he could do his British accent.
I'm really feeling it.
I'm really feeling it. Oh my god, I can picture it now. Oh my god, dude. No.
Look, real quick, I looked it up. So, most popular video game of all time because of the most copies sold and over time is Minecraft, of course.
Well, yeah, and they are doing that movie. So
yeah. But the top four like most grossing video game franchises, like the ones that have made the most money.
Can I guess what they are before you say them? Okay, I'm gonna say Mario, Tetris,
Wii Sports,
probably the Wii series, and then like some Xbox or PlayStation franchise. I don't know. Okay,
you were close. It's the top four are Mario, Pokemon.
Oh, duh.
The Wii game, the Wii series, so Wii Sports, and Call of Duty.
Yeah, I knew it. I was like, yeah, it's gotta be something. I don't know why I didn't think of Pokemon, like obviously, but yeah. So yeah, we're
Call of Duty movie.
Call of Duty.
They're gonna do that now.
I don't want to. No, I don't even want to think about that. Just from how great they did with the Halo series. I don't even want.
No, they'll start doing Call of Duty movies every year, like corresponding to whatever game is coming out.
Like the game
wasn't the Halo show just like a shit show?
I don't even want to get me started.
I heard. So my aunt plays Halo.
I want to know what you think of it, though.
Or she played Halo, and she actually liked the series. So I don't know. Like,
there's some good things, but I just don't like the route they took with some stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know.
Anyways, next one.
All right, next one. Before we move on to the big two, we have Yoshi's Island. So I picked this one specifically for you, Donovan, because I know that Yoshi's Island is near and dear to your heart. And I think it's a good franchise.
But only the original.
Only
Yoshi's
the original.
Island.
What
All
you don't
the other Yoshi
you don't like
games are
you don't like
fucking
Yoshi Touch and Go on the DS? Are you kidding me?
I love that one. That one's really good.
Or you don't like Yoshi's
that
New
was actually my
Island? You don't like the fire Yoshi's New Island soundtrack?
Ooh.
It's so good. Like, what, you wouldn't want to hear that on the big screen? No.
But like an orchestral version.
You want to hear Yoshi's Wally World on?
Yeah. What if they did a Yoshi's Woolly World movie, like specifically
dude,
Yoshi's Woolly World?
It would be so mid. It would be so mid, just like the game.
What do you think? What do you think about like a Yoshi's Island like series or movie, or like what do you think about that?
They could do like a prequel like to the Mario movie where it's like, okay, but so they have like Mario's parents in that movie, right?
Yeah.
And they seemingly retconned the Yoshi's Island ending where the stork delivers Mario and Luigi to their parents. I think it'd be really interesting to do like a Yoshi's Island movie where like basically Mario and Luigi their origins are in the Mushroom Kingdom with the stork, and then they go on their Yoshi's Island adventure, and then the stork goes through the pipe into Brooklyn and delivers Mario and Luigi to their parents. I think that would be really interesting.
So
I don't see it happening though, but I think it would be. It's an idea.
Did I don't even remember in the Mario movie, did they ever like in any way sort of imply that like the parents had Mario and Luigi? Like, I don't think they ever said that, right?
Well, I mean, like they're all Italian and they all look alike.
Sure, but like
Louis,
you know, like I feel like, because I remember I texted you specifically. I was just like, dude, I think they retconned Yoshi's Island. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But after thinking about it a little bit, I was just like, I guess in a sense they didn't, because they could kind of like, you know, kind of like flip it around a little bit and kind of be like, no, like.
Here's the thing: they're gonna have Yoshi in the second Mario movie, seemingly, because they teased him in the post-credits scene.
Yeah, they definitely will.
So, like, I mean, I don't know. They could go that route. You know, I feel like they got to give like Yoshi a significance, and if the significance is that like Yoshi is like Mario's other dad. I think that'd be really cool.
And he's voiced by Tom Holland.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone has to. No.
It's just Tom Holland going Yoshi.
He's going. He's going. He's going. How would his voice? Yeah, Yoshi.
He's going, Yoshi.
Mario. I'm just imagining Mario. And
Luigi. He's like, Yoshi.
Yoshi, bruv.
Yeah.
it's like I'm just imagining Mario and Yoshi, like Mario and Luigi, like finding the egg in the sewer, and like as it hatches, and then he comes out and he looks at him and he's just like, yo, and they're like, oh, he's gonna say something, and then it's just Tom Holland. Hello, mate.
No. He goes. He looks at Yoshi. Pops out that he looks at Mario and Luigi and he goes, "Bring ha." I would pay good money to see that.
I almost spit out my water.
Bring ha. No, I
it's
think
just
Yoshi's
Tom
Island,
Holland's face on Yoshi.
Oh my god. I just want to really quickly bring up, I think it's stupid that they had the Yoshi's. I mean, like, I think it's cool that they had the Yoshi's Island post-credit scene, but they already showed Yoshi's in the movie.
Yeah.
So, like, what?
And that was such a tease. I know. Like, that's the only Yoshi's that they had in the whole fucking movie.
Yeah, I was just kind of like, what the heck? But whatever. They'll have more stuff in the sequel, I'm sure. I think Yoshi's Island, probably, as a concept for a movie, I'm inclined to say B. I think it would work, but, like, I don't know. I think, like, it wouldn't be as interesting as, like, the Mario movie or Donkey Kong.
I think low B, yeah.
Yeah. You know, but it would still be fun. It would definitely still work. All right. So, which one of these should we do? The penultimate one. Which one should be the
let's let Brennen have his thing here.
His Zelda moment.
Yeah.
All right. So we got The Legend of Zelda.
We all have a lot of thoughts on this, by the way.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think I think I don't have as many thoughts just because. No. I have thoughts.
Me too.
But like, No, I don't want to downplay the fact that I think The Legend of Zelda would make for a great movie because I do think it was. We talked about this on the ride home from seeing the Mario movie, Brennan.
Yeah, we did.
And we kind of had yeah. Why don't you give your thoughts? Why don't you give your thoughts about a Zelda movie or show
or show?
I think I'm really, really torn on it. Because I would love to see a Zelda movie. I would love to see a dark kind of Zelda movie, like if they were to do a story like Breath of the Wild, Majora, Twilight Princess. I think it would be super fascinating. I think it would be really cool. And I would love to see. My boy on the big screen.
You have to make him talk.
No, that's the problem.
That's the point of contention here. You know.
No, okay. Here's the thing. You don't even need to. Breath of the Wild already solved this problem, because in Breath of the Wild they say Link took a stand of silence because he's a knight.
Okay. Yes, and like I told Antonio the same thing. In Age of Calamity, the Hyrule Warriors game, I love what they did because like with every character that they introduce, there's like a catchphrase. There's like a little like description title for him, and so like for Zelda, it's like Zelda, Princess of Hyrule, you know, and then it's like King. Can't remember his. I can't remember how to pronounce King Rome, Osfaramus Hyrule, or some shit like that.
Hyrule, yeah.
It says that, and then it says Ruler of Hyrule and stuff like that. But for Link, it says Link, and underneath it says the Silent Knight.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would love to see it. But we'd have to see if they could successfully. And I don't care what anyone says. I'm not the only one who would complain if Link talked. There's literally a whole game where like every main character has a voice actor, and Link still doesn't talk at all. And so I don't know how.
But imagine how hype it would be if
you say Tom Holland, I'm going to smack you.
Imagine how hype it would be if he was silent the whole movie, and then like right before the credits play, he just says like one word, or he just says like one sentence.
We talked about that, Brendan. We were like
so hype
at the very end. He or like we thought of like a scenario where like he goes the whole movie without talking, and then at the very end he goes, oh, and then it just cuts. You know,
or right at the climax of the movie, he's like, Zelda, I love you, and then the theater would go insane. It would go fucking insane.
We were like, this is my pitch. We have the Zelda movie. I don't know necessarily what the plot would be, but at the very end, like someone is talking to Link and they're like, so Link, like that was a crazy adventure. Like the people are probably going to be talking about this for years. Like, what do you think they're going to call this? And then he goes, oh, and then it cuts to the title, The Legend of Zelda. I would love that, but it'd be a little corny. But
you think that here's the question though. Here's a question I have for you, Brendan, and I think you could go either way on this. Do you think it'd be animated or do you think it'd be live action? And what would you want it to be?
I would personally want it to probably be animated. We got a slight touch at like some pretty cool animation for like an animated Link in that old Palutena Smash Brothers reveal trailer. Back when he was fighting Pit.
That was cool.
That was a pretty cool freaking trailer.
Oh, I didn't put Kid Icarus on here. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. But like I could honestly actually see it going either way. I could see them doing a pretty cool live action one. There's been some awesome live action fan films on YouTube that are like really good and really cool. So I could honestly see it going either way. I would honestly like to see it live action, but I'm also scared on what they would do if they did it live action.
So
yeah, they would have to be extremely careful. I think I'm on the same boat as you. I think I would prefer if it was animated, but part of me also would rather see it live action just for like the shock of seeing it in live action.
So,
you know.
Can I kind of give my thoughts like overall about it real quick?
No.
Yeah.
No, you shut up.
Yeah. You can give your thoughts when you finish Breath of the Wild. No.
God damn it. Okay, so here's the thing.
Okay, wait, hold on. I just want to hear really quick. I want to hear confirmation from you. You are playing Tears of the Kingdom with us, right, Antonio?
I will play Tears of the Kingdom. It might even. I think the day that this video comes out, the game will be out. I think that's the way that I planned it, or it might be like a week old or something. But anyway, so here's my thing. I think that first of all, I think it would work better as animated because I just think it just makes more sense to do animated just because you're less restricted with how you can tell the story and present everything. And I just think I kind of think that about a lot of these ideas, but like with Zelda specifically, I think that there's a lot of whimsy that I don't think you can really capture with a live action. I mean, if you wanted to go for a more like serious, like sort of like more like dark route with like how you're presenting it, live action could work, but I just think like animated, you could still do that in animation and it would look better. The thing about like Link talking, or at least like my thoughts about it, is I think that like it would be cool if they could pull it off, but I just think Hollywood is more likely to just cast a voice actor for Link. Like I just think like that I think like to them that makes more sense,
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate in some regard, but that's just kind of what I think. But I think like overall, Zelda, it just makes the most sense as the next logical franchise for Nintendo to do like a movie adaptation of. So I do think like this one has a lot of potential, and I think this is an S tier overall.
I agree. Yeah. I think it has a lot of potential.
Also, another question I want to ask before I move on to Smash is, do you guys think that they would base it on a specific game? Would it be a series where they go and cover multiple games, or would they kind of make up like their own storyline that's not really based on a specific game, but just on like the ideas of Zelda overall?
I think I'm inclined to say the last option. Like I think like there's so much to do with the Zelda franchise. Like I feel like you could make like a story out of like multiple different aspects of it. Oh, I think Donovan's phone died.
Bye, Donavan.
Basically, yeah, I think that they could pull from like multiple different Zelda games. But I could also see them just doing like maybe just like a retelling of the first game, and I think that could work as well. So that's kind of my thought. But I also want to say this though, in terms of like, because like it's kind of up for debate. Like how would they, if they did do an animated one, like how would they animate it? I think that like, because like I don't know. I was kind of playing around with the idea that like they could do sort of like a Toon Link style. If they wanted to do more like lighthearted family film, but still make it Zelda, they could do like Toon Link, right? And then like that could be like how they make it a little bit more cartoony, but they could still like tell a cool story with it. So I don't know what your guys' thoughts are on that, but I think that could potentially work.
That could work.
If they had to, if they absolutely had
that
to.
As much.
My two thoughts are like either they kind of like do like a retelling of like the first Zelda, or they do like just a general like Zelda-ish story with like it's basically all new, or they do like an anthology series that's not a movie, where they kind of retell the stories or like pieces of the stories from different Zelda games, but they made it in different styles. So maybe they have like they retell Wind Waker in the Wind Waker style, or like a claymation style.
That would be really cool. That's a really good idea.
And then they have like anime style for different ones. Like
I like that a lot. Yeah, I like that.
Or we can confuse the fuck out of everyone and do a Skyward Sword movie right off the bat with time travel and the creation of the Master Sword, and just confuse everyone.
If they're making a Zelda movie, they're either making it about the original one, Ocarina of Time. Or maybe like Breath of the Wild. You know what I mean? Like
Breath of the Wild is like basic enough to work.
Yeah. I
can see them doing a Breath of the Wild. Like that one's got enough story there.
But I also feel like Ocarina of Time as a game is a really good like premise. Like I feel like as a movie it could work too. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
I don't know. Either way, Zelda's an S tier. I think we've proven that enough with our discussion. All right. Lastly, to end things off, we have Super Smash Brothers. So, admittedly, I kind of put this on here because this is kind of like one that I am a little like torn about, because in my heart, deep down in my heart, I would love to see this happen. Like, this is probably like this is kind of like a, you know, like a Antonio's sort of like his sort of fantasy is like seeing a Smash Brothers movie. You know what I mean? Like little baby Antonio like playing Smash Brothers Brawl on his Wii is like, oh, this is so cool. But when I think about it a little bit more critically, I don't necessarily know how well this would go over if they did.
Are you saying you don't want a fucking Avengers style crossover with all the Nintendo movies?
I do.
Fighting,
definitely do.
Master Hand or Taboo.
Well, that's the thing is like Smash Brothers is a great franchise like from a gameplay perspective, but like there's not really a story to it. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like, oh, all these. I mean, like they've told stories with it before, but I just don't know like I don't know. I think like the concept of it is good enough for a movie, but like that's kind of the extent of it.
They would have to do something. They have to do something like a subspace emissary.
Yeah,
Kind
and I
of.
can see that, I guess. But Donovan, what do you think?
think it would just be like heroes versus villains. Personally, like I think this movie, I think this movie will happen someday. I think it will be a very long time from now, like possibly when we're like 40 or 50.
Damn. Okay.
I think they actually want to set up like all of these movies and all of these franchises eventually, and then do a Smash Bros. Movie. Because if you think about it, like the generation before us, like whatever the millennials, like they all wanted a Mario movie, and now that they're like 40 and 50, like it's finally happening for them, and now our generation is like, oh well, they should do a Smash Bros. Movie, and everybody is saying it, and so I feel like someday it will happen.
I mean, yeah, I definitely see that perspective. I mean, like, yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people would want that just because, if not just because of the idea of it being like an MCU style sort of like crossover between all of these other movie, you have the Mario movie, you have like a Zelda movie, and like you get all of these characters that like with their voice actors or whatever, and you bring them together and then you have that as a movie. Like I feel like that's almost like a no-brainer in a sense, but I almost feel like they would only do it just because of the Avengers, of like the idea of like how good Avengers went over, you know what I mean? Like in terms of like what you're gonna have as your movie, like I don't like I just hope they would do a good job. They wouldn't just make it like very like sloppily just to like get all these characters on screen in a sense, you know what I mean?
Could you imagine if they had like the third parties in there? Like they add like Sonic and stuff.
And they have like the movie version of Sonic. Like they have Ben Schwartz.
The marketing for that movie, where like there would just have to be so many like the legal issues surrounding that movie would be legendary.
Oh my god, yeah. It would be nuts.
There would be so many issues with copyright and shit.
It would just be like, I don't know. And like if they tried to have like the Detective Pikachu style of they wouldn't do that. I don't think they would do that. But like I'm just like thinking how they would tie all these movies together. It would be really cool. I would love it. But I think it would be a little wonky at the end of the day. But I would really like to see it. So I think I'm inclined to say this is probably A tier, maybe S tier.
I'd say A tier.
I don't know. You'd say A tier? All right, we're putting it in A tier.
I think they could make it work if they make it simple and just have like a few franchises in it. Just have like Mario, Zelda, Kirby, and like I don't know, Metroid, and like that's it.
Yeah.
Do like OG.
Yeah,
Smash Brothers.
I guess that's all they would really have to do. Like they wouldn't have to do every single franchise.
No, I want a Super Smash Brothers Ultimate movie right fuckin' now.
I want a Smash Brothers movie with Lucina, Duck Hunt Dog, Ice Climbers, and Min Min, and those are the only characters. Overall, I think that I think the general consensus here is that Nintendo has a lot of potential with the future of their cinema history.
Animal Crossing.
I'm excited to see where it goes, and I'm really excited to see an Animal Crossing movie, and that is my final verdict.
Well, I also just want to say, like, I know Punch Out wasn't on there.
Yeah,
but I
we
feel like
did
a
miss a
Punch-Out
couple.
movie in the style of Rocky would be very interesting.
But then it would just be Rocky. It would just be Rocky with Little Mac, I feel like, right?
Fine, I don't care.
you just want to see it. All right, fair enough. We didn't mention Kid Icarus either, but I think Kid Icarus could also work as a movie potentially.
Oh, Kid Icarus could totally work.
Yeah, and that would be fun. But with that being said, that is where we're going to cap off this episode of Chit Chats. This was a long one, but this was a fun one. I enjoyed discussing.
I can already see the title for this one.
Yeah, what do you think I'm going to title it? I already know what I'm going to title it.
Mario movie review and the future of Nintendo movies.
So that's almost pretty spot on. I was just gonna name it the future of Nintendo movies, like literally verbatim.
Oh.
That's what I was gonna name it. So you know what? I'm props to you, Brennan. You know my titling scheme. You know how my mind works.
The future of the
future of Nintendo in cinema. No, I don't know.
And what would it be like the future of NGU, Nintendo Game Universe.
Oh shit! Yeah. What? Just out of curiosity, because we record a lot of these episodes out of order that I post them. What number episode do you guys think this is gonna be?
I don't fucking know. Like,
didn't you just upload 114?
I just uploaded 114 as of.
I'm gonna guess this is 118 then.
That is exactly the number it's gonna be. Yeah.
That's
Good job. I'm impressed. Yeah. I mean,
bullshit. Antonio's favoriting Donavan again. This is like the fun.
Yeah, definitely. Yep. That's what's happening. No, that is unless there's any like legal trouble that I run into regarding posting it that day, then yeah, I don't know why there would be, but
legal trouble.
Yeah, like I get like someone's like, you better make this 119 or else I'm gonna sue you. I don't know. No. Either way, that's gonna end off this episode. Now we're gonna end this off. So thank you guys for being here, and thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next episode of Chit Chats. Peace.
Bye.
Nintendo. Oh yeah, Chit Chats dance. I forgot about the Chit Chats dance. Oh.
What?